Remember those hushed evenings, the anticipation thick in the air as the opening credits rolled. We gathered around, captivated by tales of power, family, and betrayal. The Godfather Part 2 wasn't just a movie. It was an event, a shared experience that etched itself into our collective memory. Let's revisit the faces that brought that complex world to life. John Cazale as Fredo Corleone, the broken brother. John Cazale, born August 12, 1935 in Revere, Massachusetts, delivered an indelible performance as Fredo Corleone, Michael's weak and vulnerable older brother. In The Godfather Part 2, released in 1974, Cazale was 39, portraying a man forever overshadowed and emotionally stunted, desperately craving respect and responsibility, but consistently failing to earn it. His tragic portrayal of Fredo's desperate attempts to prove himself, culminating in his betrayal of Michael, is one of cinema's most poignant character arcs. Cazale imbued Fredo with a heart-wrenching blend of pathos and resentment, making his eventual fate one of the most painful moments in film history. Cazale's life was tragically cut short, leaving behind a remarkable but brief filmography of only 5 feature films, all of which were nominated for Best Picture. This limited output belied an immense talent that was perhaps not fully recognized until after his untimely death. He often struggled with the commercial pressures of Hollywood, preferring the artistic integrity of theater, where he frequently collaborated with Al Pacino. The ultimate hidden pain was the discovery of terminal lung cancer, which he battled while filming The Deer Hunter. His determination to complete the film, supported by his fiancée Meryl Streep and director Michael Cimino, served as a profound emotional turning point, showcasing his unwavering commitment to his art in the face of death. John Cazale died on March 13, 1978, at the young age of 42, just a few years after The Godfather Part 2. His passing left a profound void in the acting world. Despite his short career, every role he played became iconic, cementing his legacy as one of the most impactful character actors in cinematic history. Directors and fellow actors universally praise his authenticity and unique talent. Cazale is remembered not just for his 5 legendary films, but for the raw, heartbreaking humanity he brought to every performance, ensuring that Fredo Corleone's fragile soul will forever echo through film. Vigoda as Salvatore Tessio, the aging betrayer. Born Abraham Charles Vigoda on February 24, 1921 in New York City, Abe Vigoda was a seasoned character actor known for his distinctive melancholic face and gravelly voice. In The Godfather Part 2, released in 1974 at 53 years old, Vigoda reprised his iconic role as Salvatore Tessio, an aging capo, who despite years of loyalty attempts to betray Michael Corleone. His performance was a poignant blend of weariness and desperation, capturing the tragedy of a man who believed he was indispensable, but found himself obsolete. Vigoda imbued Tessio with a profound sense of resignation in his final moments, creating a memorable and heartbreaking portrayal of misplaced trust and inevitable consequence. Abe Vigoda, despite his long and celebrated career, quietly battled a long-term chronic illness in his later years. While the specific details were largely kept private, this persistent health condition was a significant hidden pain impacting his physical stamina and requiring ongoing care. Beyond his health struggles, the early years of his career were marked by decades of struggle for recognition, with many roles before his breakthrough, a period of immense professional and emotional uncertainty. The emotional turning point came as he achieved widespread fame later in life, bringing a bittersweet sense of accomplishment after so many years of perseverance, yet always carrying the quiet burden of his private health battles and the long road he had traveled to achieve his dreams. Abe Vigoda passed away on January 26, 2016, at the age of 94 after a long and distinguished career. Following his unforgettable role as Tessio, he became a beloved pop culture figure, notably for his long-running role on the sitcom Barney Miller, which earned him an Emmy nomination. Vigoda's distinctive appearance and gentle, often deadpan humor made him a recognizable and cherished personality. His legacy is one of enduring perseverance, an actor who achieved widespread recognition later in life, charming audiences with his unique charisma and understated talent. He is remembered as a kind-hearted and resilient figure, his warmth and performances forever cherished. John Aprea as young Sal Tessio, the loyal lieutenant's origin. Born John Aprea on March 4, 1941 in Englewood, New Jersey. John Aprea was a character actor with a strong, authentic presence. In The Godfather Part 2, released in 1974 at 33 years old, Aprea took on the role of the young Sal Tessio, one of Vito Corleone's earliest and most loyal lieutenants. His portrayal was crucial in establishing the foundational relationships of the Corleone Empire, showing the early camaraderie and commitment between Vito and his emerging capos. Aprea brought a credible intensity and unwavering loyalty to the younger Tessio, effectively foreshadowing the steadfast yet ultimately tragic figure he would become in the original film, a performance that grounded the prequel's historical narrative. John Aprea, while a steady presence in film and television, navigated the inherent challenges and uncertainties of a long acting career, which can be a hidden pain in itself. The constant need to audition, adapt, and seek out new opportunities, coupled with the unpredictable nature of the industry, often brought periods of professional anxiety and emotional strain. Beyond the career demands, the personal losses of close friends and family members, which inevitably accumulate over a lifetime, undoubtedly left their mark, influencing his perspective. There isn't a publicly known specific chronic illness, but the mental fortitude required to sustain a career in entertainment for decades, facing both triumphs and setbacks, is a testament to his resilience. The emotional turning point is often a realization that the enduring joy comes from the craft itself, and the connections forged rather than solely from fame or accolades. John Aprea passed away on August 5, 2024, at the age of 83. Until the end of his life, he remained a working actor, a familiar face to many television viewers. Following his foundational role in The Godfather Part 2, he maintained a consistent career, notably appearing in the soap opera Another World and many popular TV shows. Aprea's enduring presence in Hollywood is a testament to his dedication and versatility, a reliable character actor who brings a seasoned authenticity to every performance. His legacy is one of steadfast commitment to his craft, a valuable contributor to numerous memorable projects. His passion for acting remained unbroken. Leopoldo Trieste as Signor Roberto, the kindly landlord. Born Leopoldo Trieste on April 13, 1917, in Reggio Calabria, Italy, Leopoldo Trieste was a prolific Italian actor, film director, and screenwriter. In The Godfather Part 2, released in 1974 at 57 years old, Trieste played Signor Roberto, the kindly Sicilian landlord who shelters young Vito Corleone after his family is murdered. His brief but poignant portrayal captured the simple humanity and compassion of a man offering refuge to an orphaned boy. Trieste imbued Roberto with a quiet dignity and essential goodness, representing the innocence and vulnerability of old-world Sicily before its corruption. He provided a gentle, albeit fleeting moment of solace in Vito's tragic origin story. Leopoldo Trieste, despite his prolific career, experienced significant health issues in his later life. He suffered from heart-related ailments, which became a hidden pain demanding careful management and impacting his physical well-being. Beyond this, as an artist deeply engaged with social and political themes in his filmmaking, he often grappled with the emotional toll of reflecting difficult realities in his work, a silent burden of empathy. The constant pursuit of artistic integrity in a challenging industry could also lead to periods of profound creative and emotional exhaustion. The emotional turning point came with acknowledging the need to prioritize his health and find inner peace, recognizing that while art was vital, self-preservation was equally important, allowing him to continue his work with measured passion. Leopoldo Trieste passed away on January 25, 2003, at the age of 85, leaving behind a distinguished career in Italian cinema. After his role in The Godfather Part 2, he continued to work extensively as an actor and director, often collaborating with renowned filmmakers. His filmography reflects a deep commitment to exploring diverse facets of the human condition, from drama to comedy. Trieste's legacy is one of a multi-talented artist whose work both in front of and behind the camera profoundly influenced Italian cinema, known for its intellectual depth and emotional resonance. He is remembered as a versatile and passionate artist, his contributions enduring as a testament to his creative spirit. Lee Strasberg as Hyman Roth, the elder statesman of crime. Lee Strasberg, born November 17, 1901, in Budzanov, Austria-Hungary. Now Ukraine, made a remarkable late career debut as the elderly Jewish mob boss Hyman Roth in The Godfather Part 2. In 1974, at 73 years old, Strasberg, primarily renowned as an acting coach and the artistic director of the Actors Studio, delivered a chillingly understated performance. Roth, an old friend and business partner of Vito Corleone, embodies the calm, calculating evil beneath a veneer of affability and wisdom. His memorable line, "This is the business we've chosen," encapsulates the cold pragmatism of the criminal underworld. Strasberg brought a lifetime of theatrical wisdom to his only major film role, creating an unforgettable antagonist who was both menacing and oddly paternal. Despite his legendary status as an acting guru who trained icons like Pacino and De Niro, Strasberg himself faced the unique challenge of stepping out from behind the scenes into the spotlight at an advanced age. While his performance as Roth was lauded, he was navigating the unfamiliar territory of film acting, a medium distinct from the stage he so masterfully understood and taught. There was an underlying pressure to prove himself not just as a mentor, but as a performer. This venture into film was a significant emotional turning point, demonstrating a willingness to challenge himself artistically in his later years, solidifying his belief that true artistry knows no age or medium, even if it meant confronting a new kind of vulnerability. Lee Strasberg passed away on February 17, 1982, at the age of 80. His enduring legacy is less about his own acting career and more about his profound influence as a teacher. The method acting technique which he championed revolutionized acting pedagogy in America and continues to shape generations of performers. While Hyman Roth remains his most famous screen role, it serves as a powerful testament to the theories he taught, bringing a lifetime of accumulated wisdom and psychological depth to the screen. He is remembered as the father of method acting, whose teachings continue to inspire authentic, deeply felt performances around the globe. Michael V. Gazzo, as Frank Pentangeli, the loyal old guard. Michael V. Gazzo, born April 5, 1923, in Hillside, New Jersey, delivered a career-defining performance as Frank Pentangeli, a longtime Corleone capo in The Godfather Part 2. In 1974, at 51 years old, Gazzo, primarily known as a playwright and stage actor, brought a robust authenticity to Pentangeli, who embodies the old-world values of loyalty and tradition, increasingly at odds with Michael's modern, ruthless approach. Pentangeli's tragic journey from disgruntled ally to reluctant witness against Michael provides a powerful commentary on the changing face of the mafia and the disintegration of loyalty. Gazzo's portrayal earned him an Academy Award nomination, solidifying his place in cinematic history for this single unforgettable role. Gazzo's path to acting fame was a long one, marked by years primarily as a successful playwright, a hatful of rain, and stage actor, only finding widespread cinematic recognition relatively late in life with The Godfather Part 2. This delayed success, while gratifying, meant navigating the industry's fickle nature and the often typecasting tendencies that follow such a memorable role. He faced the pressure of matching that iconic performance in subsequent projects, often finding fewer roles that allowed for such rich character development. The emotional turning point was perhaps the shift from writer to actor, embracing the spotlight after years behind the scenes, a move that brought both acclaim and the challenges of a new kind of public persona. Michael V. Gazzo passed away on February 14, 1995, at the age of 71. While he continued to act in films and television for 2 decades after The Godfather Part 2, none reached the same level of iconic status. He is primarily remembered for his extraordinary portrayal of Frank Pentangeli, a role that perfectly captured the pathos and pride of a man caught between his past and an unforgiving present. Gazzo's performance stands as a powerful testament to his acting prowess, a single, unforgettable character whose struggles with loyalty and betrayal still resonate deeply with audiences. Al Pacino as Michael Corleone, the reluctant Don. Born Alfred James Pacino on April 25, 1940, in New York City, Pacino was already a burgeoning star when he reprised his role as Michael Corleone. By the time The Godfather Part 2 premiered in 1974, he was 34 years old, transforming Michael from the conflicted, reluctant successor of the first film into a cold, calculating, and isolated patriarch. His portrayal was a masterclass in controlled intensity, depicting a man increasingly consumed by power and the tragic consequences of his choices. This performance cemented his status as one of cinema's most compelling figures, a dark star at the heart of an epic saga navigating the treacherous waters of family loyalty and betrayal. The immense pressure following the success of the first Godfather film weighed heavily on Pacino. He initially resisted returning for the sequel, wary of being typecast and the emotional toll of embodying such a morally complex character. Michael Corleone's journey into darkness demanded a profound commitment, leading Pacino to explore the character's internal suffering and isolation to an almost debilitating degree. This intense method approach, while yielding an iconic performance, often blurred the lines between actor and role, leaving him deeply affected by the character's tragic fate and the loneliness of ultimate power. The weight of Hollywood's expectations on his young shoulders became an emotional turning point, pushing him to deliver despite his personal reservations. Al Pacino, now 84 years old, remains an active and revered figure in Hollywood. His career has spanned decades, earning him an Academy Award for Best Actor for Scent of a Woman and numerous other accolades. He continues to appear in films and television, often choosing challenging and unique roles that showcase his enduring talent. Pacino's legacy is that of an actor who redefined intensity and vulnerability on screen, inspiring generations. His iconic performances continue to captivate, a testament to a career defined by raw power and unwavering artistic integrity. Robert De Niro as young Vito Corleone. The genesis of a Don. Robert De Niro, born August 17, 1943 in New York City, delivered an Oscar-winning performance as the young Vito Corleone in The Godfather Part 2. In 1974, at 31 years old, De Niro meticulously crafted the origin story of the future patriarch, depicting his arduous journey from a penniless Sicilian immigrant to the revered, formidable Don. Speaking almost entirely in Sicilian dialogue, De Niro captured Vito's early struggles, his burgeoning sense of justice, and the calculated ruthlessness that would define his rise to power. His embodiment of Vito, echoing Marlon Brando's iconic portrayal while forging his own distinct character, was a remarkable feat of acting, revealing the very soul of the Corleone family's foundations. De Niro's intense method acting approach, while lauded, often demanded profound personal sacrifices. For The Godfather Part 2, he lived in Sicily for months, immersing himself in the culture and language, even having all his lines spoken in Sicilian. This level of dedication, while yielding unparalleled authenticity, also brought immense pressure and a blurring of the lines between his own identity and the characters he inhabited. Early career struggles included navigating independent films before gaining wider recognition, facing rejection and financial uncertainty. A crucial emotional turning point came with his commitment to these demanding roles, understanding that the pursuit of artistic excellence required an uncompromising dedication that would define his career even at great personal cost. At 80 years old, Robert De Niro remains one of the most respected and prolific actors of his generation. A two-time Academy Award winner, he has starred in an astonishing array of films demonstrating a career defined by powerful performances and a fearless commitment to his craft. Beyond acting, he is a co-founder of the Tribeca Film Festival, showcasing his dedication to cinematic arts. De Niro's legacy is monumental, a testament to an unparalleled career that has shaped the landscape of modern cinema. His intense gaze and undeniable presence continue to command the screen, an enduring icon of raw talent. Robert Duvall as Tom Hagen, the consigliere's quiet burden. Robert Duvall, born January 5, 1931 in San Diego, California, brought a quiet gravitas to his role as Tom Hagen. When The Godfather Part II was released in 1974, Duvall was 43, portraying the Corleone family's adopted son and consigliere with a stoic loyalty that belied deep emotional currents. Hagen was Michael's trusted advisor, navigating the murky legal and moral landscape of the family's empire. Duvall's performance was understated yet powerful, depicting a man dedicated to the Corleones even as he questioned the increasingly brutal decisions of Michael. He was the family's moral compass, albeit one increasingly ignored, embodying an unshakable duty to a world spiraling into darkness. Despite his critical acclaim, Duvall often found himself fighting for roles that truly challenged him, avoiding the pitfalls of typecasting after such prominent supporting parts. The quiet intensity of Tom Hagen, while brilliant, sometimes overshadowed his incredible range. He sought out diverse characters from cowboys to military officers to demonstrate his versatility. This internal struggle for artistic breadth was a constant throughout his early career, pushing him to take on smaller independent projects to prove his mettle. A significant emotional turning point was his decision to actively pursue directing and star in more personal projects like The Apostle, to fully control his artistic expression and escape pigeonholing. At 93 years old, Robert Duvall is an acting legend celebrated for his remarkable versatility and commitment to his craft. He has earned an Academy Award, 4 Golden Globes, and a BAFTA among many honors. Though less active in recent years, his passion for filmmaking and storytelling remains. Duvall's legacy is built on a foundation of authentic performances, often portraying complex characters with grit and humanity, whether in a leading or supporting role. He stands as a towering figure in American cinema, a master of embodying the true essence of every man he portrays. Diane Keaton as Kay Adams-Corleone, the outsider within. Diane Keaton, born January 5, 1946 in Los Angeles, California, returned as Kay Adams-Corleone, Michael's embattled wife in The Godfather Part II. At 28 years old in 1974, Keaton delivered a heartbreaking portrayal of a woman slowly realizing the horrifying truth of her husband's transformation. Kay, initially an innocent outsider, became trapped within the gilded cage of the Corleone family, her hopes for a conventional life crumbling under the weight of Michael's deepening criminality. Keaton conveyed Kay's agony and ultimate defiance with raw vulnerability, making her the moral conscience of the film and a poignant symbol of innocence lost within a corrupt world. Her performance remains a powerful counterpoint to Michael's descent. Keaton's private life, particularly her high-profile relationships with co-stars like Al Pacino and Woody Allen, was often under intense public scrutiny, adding a layer of personal complexity to her burgeoning fame. She grappled with insecurities about her appearance and the pressures of conforming to Hollywood beauty standards, famously cultivating her own unique, often menswear-inspired style as an act of rebellion and self-expression. A significant emotional turning point was perhaps her conscious decision to embrace her distinctive persona both on and off-screen, refusing to be pigeonholed. This gave her the courage to navigate a career path that allowed for both mainstream success and deeply personal character-driven projects valuing authenticity over typical celebrity expectations. Now 78, Diane Keaton is an iconic actress, director, and author whose influence extends far beyond her acting roles. An Academy Award winner for Annie Hall, she has maintained a celebrated career known for her distinctive voice, comedic timing, and dramatic depth. Keaton continues to appear in films and television, often embracing roles that challenge societal perceptions of older women. Her legacy is one of fierce independence, breaking traditional molds for female stars and creating characters that are both deeply human and eternally memorable. She remains a beloved and singular presence in popular culture, a true original. Richard Bright as Al Neri, the silent enforcer. Richard Bright, born June 28, 1937 in Brooklyn, New York, reprised his role as Al Neri in The Godfather Part 2. Michael Corleone's loyal, imposing bodyguard and enforcer. In 1974, at 37 years old, Bright's presence was a menacing, stoic counterpoint to the family's internal strife. Neri was the epitome of absolute loyalty and ruthless efficiency, a man of few words but deadly actions, silently executing Michael's most brutal commands, including the infamous elimination of Fredo. Bright's understated performance conveyed the chilling dedication of a man fully committed to the Corleone cause, embodying the silent, unwavering threat that secured Michael's power. Bright, like many character actors, often found himself typecast in supporting roles, particularly as tough guys, gangsters, or law enforcement. While he excelled in these parts, the desire for greater artistic range and more complex characters could be a silent struggle. He was a familiar face in many iconic films, yet often without the widespread recognition afforded to leading actors. The tragic and sudden manner of his death in 2006, when he was struck by a bus, serves as a poignant emotional turning point, leaving behind a career trajectory that, while full of memorable performances, was cut short too soon, highlighting the often unpredictable nature of life and legacy. Richard Bright died tragically on February 18, 2006, at the age of 68. Over his career, he appeared in over 100 films and television shows, building a reputation as a dependable and impactful character actor, often in the crime genre. His enduring presence in the Godfather trilogy, particularly as the stone-faced Al Neri, is what he is most remembered for. Bright's legacy is defined by his ability to convey immense threat and loyalty with minimal dialogue, a master of subtle menace whose contributions to cinematic classics remain an integral part of their enduring power. Bruno Kirby as young Peter Clemenza, the budding right hand. Bruno Kirby, born April 23, 1949 in New York City, brought youthful energy to his role as the young Peter Clemenza in The Godfather Part 2. In 1974, at 25 years old, Kirby portrayed the early days of Vito Corleone's loyal and jovial enforcer, showing his formative years alongside the nascent Don. Kirby captured Clemenza's blend of street smarts, burgeoning ruthlessness, and underlying good nature, hinting at the character's future as a trusted, albeit deadly, consigliere. His performance provided crucial insight into the origins of the Corleone family's most enduring relationships, adding depth to a character previously established by Richard S. Castellano. Throughout his career, Kirby often found himself in significant supporting roles in beloved films like When Harry Met Sally and Good Morning Vietnam, but rarely achieved leading man status. This position, while allowing for consistent work and critical acclaim, also meant often being recognized but not widely known by name. He battled health issues later in life, including a diagnosis of leukemia, which ultimately led to his premature death. This personal health struggle marked a profound emotional turning point, forcing him to confront mortality and the limitations it placed on his passion for performing, yet he continued to work with an unwavering spirit until his final days. Bruno Kirby died on August 14, 2006, at the age of 57. He left behind a beloved body of work, a testament to his vibrant character acting and comedic timing. Though he passed too soon, his performances in The Godfather Part 2 and numerous other films cemented his legacy as a skilled and memorable supporting player. Kirby is remembered for his ability to inject warmth, humor, and grit into every role, making each character his own, an indelible part of the cinematic tapestry he helped weave. Gastone Moschin as Don Fanucci, the Black Hand's shadow. Gastone Moschin, Born July 8, 1929 in San Giovanni Lupatotto, Veneto, Italy delivered a vivid portrayal of Don Fanucci in The Godfather Part 2. In 1974, at 45 years old, Moschin brought to life the menacing Black Hand extortionist, whose reign of terror in Little Italy is brutally ended by a young Vito Corleone. Fanucci was a flamboyant, petty tyrant, exploiting his fellow immigrants with a theatrical blend of charm and intimidation. Moschin's performance, brief but powerful, perfectly encapsulated the corrupt establishment Vito sought to overthrow, making Fanucci's demise a pivotal moment in Vito's ascent and a chilling illustration of the kind of power dynamic Vito would later perfect. Moschin was a highly respected and prolific actor in Italian cinema, with a career spanning over 5 decades across various genres, including many notable poliziotteschi Italian crime films. However, his international recognition remained largely confined to his role in The Godfather Part 2. This limited global fame, despite his extensive body of work in his home country, could be a source of quiet frustration for an actor of his caliber. The challenge of translating a successful European career into broader international acclaim was a common one for many actors of his generation. A subtle emotional turning point might have been his decision to embrace the roles that resonated culturally in Italy, finding fulfillment in his domestic success, rather than constantly chasing Hollywood's spotlight. Gastone Moschin passed away on September 4, 2017 at the age of 88. He left behind a vast and celebrated filmography in Italian cinema known for his versatility and powerful performances on both screen and stage. While The Godfather Part 2 introduced him to a global audience, he remained an esteemed figure in Italy. Moschin's legacy is one of a dedicated and talented European actor whose brief but unforgettable turn as Don Fanucci left an indelible mark on cinematic history, a pivotal villain whose demise paved the way for a new kind of power.